Racing to the 2023 Preakness Stakes, and it's time for an update on Wednesday, May the 17th. Let's take a look at the big board for today. We got to look at the Preakness Field. All 8 horses have been entered. The top Brisnet speed figures, the top Beyer speed figures, and what does that pace look like at the 4 furlong mark? Starting off with the field, you've got National Treasure adding blinkers. Trainer Bob Baffert looking for a record 8 Preakness wins. John Velasquez 0 for 12 in the Preakness Stakes. He's got 3 second-place finishes. He is riding National Treasure. Chase the Chaos picked up a nice win at the El Camino Real. That was at Golden Gate on the synthetic. Moves to Maryland here. Mage, the Kentucky Derby winner, 105 Beyer speed figure. He comes in the fastest horse in the race. Coffee with Chris, winner most recently at Laurel. Also won the Miracle Wood Stakes. Red Route 1, a closer for trainer Steve Asmussen. He finished second in 2022 with Epicenter. Perform for trainer Shug McGahee. Blazing Sevens as Chad Brown looks for his 3rd Preakness win. And First Mission, trainer Brad Cox looking for his first Preakness win. He goes for Godolphin Blue, 2 wins and 3 starts. Blowout, a maiden win by 8 lengths, and then the Lexington Stakes in his last race. Now, when you look at the speed figure progression in this race, Mage with a big jump up on the Brisnet scale in the Kentucky Derby. He went from a 99 to a 103. He comes in off a career top. Meanwhile, First Mission got a 103 in the Lexington Stakes. That is a career high for him in 3 starts. And then Red Route 1 in his 9th lifetime race, a 98, closing and getting up in the final stride in his last race. That was at Oaklawn Park. You know, I think we've seen a lot out of Red Route 1. He's got his running style. He comes from way back. They've tried putting blinkers on him. They've tried getting him a little bit closer to the pace, but he's a deep closer. He's going to need kind of a pace meltdown to be able to win the race. Then you've got a horse like Perform, running steadily. Took him 6 starts to break his maiden. Now he's put together back-to-back wins. Went from an 88 to a 94. He broke a little bit slow the last time. I think he can be a little bit closer to the pace. And the National Treasure kind of just stuck on that 97 mark. Really hasn't progressed since his debut win, which was a nice win last September. We'll see how these horses match up, but it looks like on coming off career tops, you've got Mage, First Mission, and Red Route 1, but National Treasure fits in with these horses if he can just improve a little bit with those blinkers. Now, the fastest horses on the Beyer scale, they look like this. You've got Mage with that 105, but that's really only his big speed figure. Before that, he had a 99. First Mission with the 98. He comes in here, could probably improve to that 99 to 100 mark. I don't think Mage has to run a 105 again. If he can run a 102 or a 103, that would be good enough to win it. Then on the Beyer scale, you've got National Treasure with a 95, Red Route 1 with a 92, Blazing Sevens, you know, a 90 in that Bluegrass. He was an even 3rd. He could possibly improve a little bit here. Some good recent works, a couple of extra weeks to develop after skipping that Kentucky Derby. So I think Blazing Sevens and National Treasure, those are the horses that can move forward a little bit. Possibly First Mission. And the expected pace from Timeform US, an average pace, the leader, you know, could be a mixture of First Mission and National Treasure with those blinkers on, but I don't think we're going to see as fast of a pace as we did see for that half-mile and 6 furlong mark that we saw in the Kentucky Derby. Now, here's how I see the 4 furlong pace. I see National Treasure with those blinkers on and John Velasquez. He'll be on the lead after 4 furlongs. I see 3 possible pressers. First Mission, Coffee with Chris, and Chase the Chaos does have some numbers that can put him there in that pace. That mid-pack Performer is going to be coming along with Mage and Blazing Sevens. I think if Mage tries to be closer to the pace, he won't be able to make that sweeping move going into the turn, which they've been able to really kind of deploy the last couple of races in the Florida Derby and the Kentucky Derby. Your deep closer is going to be Red Route 1 for trainer Steve Asmussen. And really, it's how far National Treasure can take them on the front end, and when does Mage and Perform start to make that move along with Blazing Sevens. If they're in the mix at the 6 furlong mark, they are going to be tough to deny. If National Treasure can lead him to the turn, he may be strong on the front end. Now, the jockeys in this race, Javier Castellano, the only jockey winning the Preakness. 9 Preakness starts, 1 win with Cloud Computing. Otherwise, Fergal Lynch, his first Preakness Stakes. Jamie Rodriguez, his first Preakness Stakes. John Velasquez, 0 for 12. Joe Rosario, a surprising 0 for 8. And then Luis Saez trying to get off the duck here. He's got 3 Preakness starts, no wins yet. He is going to ride the second favorite at 5-2 on the morning line in First Mission. Overall, National Treasure at 4-1. Mage with an 8-5 morning line. I think he'll be a little bit lower than that, maybe 7-5. First Mission between 2-1 and 5-2. Blazing Sevens with Chad Brown connections, some good works. Irad Ortiz, possibility of him being bet down a little bit, maybe 6-1, 5-1 for Blazing Sevens, as really you got 3-4 horses that are going to take a lot of the money. National Treasure, Mage, Blazing Sevens, and First Mission. This is a very top-heavy Preakness Stakes in 2023. The story of the breeding on the race: you've got Good Magic with 3 horses, Perform, Blazing Sevens, and Mage. They're all sired by Good Magic. Of course, Good Magic was trained by Chad Brown. He ran second to Justify in the Kentucky Derby, and Good Magic by Curlin. So these horses could still be developing a little bit. For my recommended Black-Eyed Susans Preakness doubles, I'm going to be going with Feza, Sacred Wish, Merlaza, and Ballpool in the Black-Eyed Susans race. Then for the Preakness, I've got First Mission and National Treasure. If you do that for $2, that's $16 and gives you a little bit of action. Mage is going to be 7-5. He's going to be bet pretty heavily in those Black-Eyed Susan Preakness doubles. Don't forget, we've got a full preview up of the Preakness Stakes. Who do you like in the Preakness or the Black-Eyed Susans? Leave a comment and ask your questions below as we get you ready for the Preakness Stakes. Also available from last night, we've got the Preakness Handicapping Show. We went over the Preakness, every contender, took your questions, looked at pace and the jockeys, and then the Preakness Stakes preview is up. My top pick, First Mission, got some recommended exactas in that race and some race replays. Preakness Stakes 2023, also through the Belmont Stakes, my Thoroughbred Prospectus. Subscribe at the link below. 2,000 words every Monday. We talk about the 3-year-old scene. It's free to subscribe, and it comes out on Mondays. Who do you like in the Preakness? As D. Wayne Lucas says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.